My full name is Carlos Angelo Bonilla. I was named that name in the Philippines, but now I'm Angel Bonilla. I wanted to audition for The Voice because I believe that this show will help me grow as an artist. I believe that the expertise of the judges will help me to find my own identity as a musician. And also, for the rest, my entire life, I've always been judged by my gender as a transgender before I even prove to everyone that I can sing. So it's like my gender is louder than my voice. That's why I'm a big fan of this show, and I know that this show will help me build a platform because they will judge me by my voice before they even, know the real me, which I'm so proud of. I was born in the Philippines, and I know, and I'm hoping that all the entire Filipino people will help me and support me with my journey on The Voice. I moved to United States when I was 15, and my father is American citizen, so he petitioned me. I'm really glad about that, for him not disowning me and bringing me to the United States because now I'm living my American dream. I do left my job as assistant makeup artist while I was doing full-time singer. But I also had a degree as a phlebotomist, so I've been working in medical field for 5 years. I sacrificed everything for music because I've tried doing it together, but I realized that in the end of the day, one must suffer. And I chose music because this is the only thing that I feel powerful as a human being. I mean, I I don't know anything that I can do than singing. And I'm also doing this to inspire the LGBT trans community because this is a very good opportunity to have a positive story for my transgender community. I feel positive because I believe that when you follow your heart with persistence and not giving up, everything is possible. And I know I can sing. I know God gave me this talent to inspire people. There's a purpose why I had this talent. And I wanted to share that in the world and inspire others. I had a great time in my blind audition. At the same time, emotional because my family was there. And I remember when my dad has confusion about transgender. Um, he was he was not really mad, but he's kind of like a little puzzled with the thing because like he's a traditional Filipino father, so he had no ideas about these things. And I just promised to him that I'm carrying your last name, and I will promise that that last name will be known in the world by music, by me showing my talent. And that's why it's so emotional for me. The time that I'm about to step on the stage, I saw my family and I started crying already. Well, first of all, I was worried with my eyelashes. I don't want them to fall. That would be a disaster. And it was a little nerve-wracking because your goal is to get the judges to turn around. And I'm so glad because the first 6 seconds of my song, Adam turned around. And it got a little shaky because I was so excited. I was freaking out. I wanted to shout and jump. But, I got to stay connected with my song. Like I missed some couple of notes, but, I'm only a human being. Like it was really nerve-wracking there. But the crowd was very supportive. Adam told me just to be not nervous, remove everything in my mind. He told me that I have a very unique tone. That he never heard my tone, which is like I feel amazing about that. And he just told me just to focus because I do have a tendency to when I get nervous that I can throw some momentum of the song. So he just told me to be focused, and I will definitely going to apply that and work hard. The most influential music icon is Whitney Houston. I loved her so much. Like until up to this day, I still listen to her song. I also love Alicia Keys, Kelly Clarkson, and Adam. My Coach Adam. I always listen to Maroon 5. Like, my favorite song of them is, Moves Like Jagger. Like, I love that. I wish I can sing that with Coach Adam.
My name is Davison, and I'm from Little Rock, Arkansas. I've been singing since, according to my mom, since I was 10 months. I would always pick up something. My family, my God family would always give me something to hold in my hand to use as a microphone. And ever since then, whether they understood what I was saying or not, I've been singing since then. And one of the first things that I was ever a part of was a competition, a clothing store competition. And I was like probably under 5 years old, and I won a competition. How? I don't know, because I'm sure they didn't understand what I was saying, but I was able to win a jacket from the store. And from then on, I've tried out for different things, different competitions, and I grew up singing in church, and I became my local praise and worship leader at the church, and I joined singing groups and choirs throughout high school and college. So I've been doing this thing for a long time, including background singing. So it's been a part of my life. But my dad, he inspired me musically. He listened to all types of different genres of music, from country, rock, jazz, gospel, anything, you name it. And then as I got older and I started to explore my vocals and my vocal capability, one of my closest friends who passed away here recently, he had a huge impact on me musically. He was able to show me how to expand how I looked at music and how I was able to interpret music. So definitely my father and one of my best friends influenced me musically. So my experience for my blind audition was amazing. It was scary at the same time, but it was definitely amazing. Just getting ready and preparing for everything was definitely nerve-wracking, but as soon as I was able to walk out on that stage and see everybody out there and everybody with their smiles and everybody rooting for me, I immediately lost all nervousness, and I was able to, go forth and make not only myself happy, but my best friend happy, my parents, my family, my hometown. I was able to show, everything that I've basically been preparing for my whole life. So Adam is definitely the best coach for me, and my reason why is that you can put Adam in any genre of music, and I believe that he'll be able to stand. He'll be able to withstand. He can do country, he can do rock, he can do soul. Adam, you can't hold Adam down. Like, he can do it all, and so I want to be able to be versatile as well in music in the different genres. I want to be able to not only get called to do something that's soul, but maybe gospel, or maybe country, or maybe jazz, or maybe pop, whatever it is. I want to be able to do it all. So working with Adam, some of the things that he's really been adamant about as far as my whole package is my confidence and my stage presence. That's something that I've lacked for a huge amount of years. My confidence and being confident in what I was singing, and being confident and my ability. And also my stage presence, not being stuck in one spot, but being able to interact with the different people in the audience and the different people that's listening and watching me. The music that I like to sing, I feel like comes from a place of hurt, joy, pain, happiness. I like to sing music that can connect with people, that can connect with whether it's my consumer or whether it's my audience or whoever it is I may be singing to. I like to be able to sing songs that connect with them and to be able to show them that, hey, I understand what you're going through. Hey, you're not alone. We're in this together. I got your back. You got my back. I just like to be able to encourage people through my music and through my gift. Some areas that I would like to grow in and that I think the voice can help me with is being able to step outside of my genre and being able to sing different types of music other than soul or R&B. You know, I want to be able to be known for singing some pop music and be known for singing, you know, even maybe a country song. You know, I want the voice to be able to help me to expand the different genres of music that I participate in or that I may even release. If I walk away as the winner of season 14, The Voice, oh, OMG, like it would be amazing. Like it would be a dream come true. It definitely will let me know that my work definitely wasn't in vain, and all the hard times and all of the singing in the bathroom, in the shower, and screaming in the hallways and screaming in my room and my mom yelling, telling me to be quiet and all of that. Like all of that would definitely, it wouldn't be in vain. Like I definitely think that it would be a dream come true. I would make not only myself happy, but so many people happy, my hometown. And I think I would be able to be people and younger kids and my peers, people will be able to look at me and use my life and the things that I've been through as an example that you can still press toward the mark. You can still reach your goals. You can still reach your dreams. You can still, dreams do really come true. That's what I'll be able to convey if I win the show.
My name's Drew Cole. I'm from Ridgefield, Connecticut, but I live here in Los Angeles. You know, it's a really great opportunity to get in front of a lot of people and to kind of show who you are and to, you know, just be yourself and try to make it happen. So from Ridgefield, Connecticut, and they're going to be hopefully rooting for me over there. I grew up over there. It's in Fairfield County, a little small town in Connecticut. Great place to grow up. You know, started playing guitar at a really young age because my dad plays, and he's the one who introduced me to the guitar. And then from there, I mean, it just completely took off, and then eventually started singing and discovered my voice through the guitar. And then, you know, went to college, and then but music was always such an important part of my life from when I picked up the guitar at 11 years old. Then college, and then I had my sights set on LA, and I've been here in LA for 3 years now. I'm on Team Adam, and the Blinds experience was incredible. A lot of nerves. You know, it's a very intimidating stage, especially when those doors open up automatically, and they're like, quiet on set, all right, next performer. And when you make that leap, I mean, you got to fully commit. You got to really lay into it. And I think I laid into it enough for Adam to turn his chair for me, and Blake also turned his chair. So it was an incredible moment that I will, no matter what goes down from here on out, that's something that I can take that home and use that forever. So yeah, all good things. You know, it was incredible. So. I mean, leading up to it, you know, I kind of did hint a bit at Adam as being my guy, you know, because I'm a big fan of Maroon 5, and I would say for me, like the relevance of Maroon 5 and Adam Levine in my life was greater than anyone else there. As someone who I've, you know, he's a guitar player too, and you know, I played guitar for my blind as well. So when the time came to make the decision between Adam and Blake, you know, in the moment there was a few seconds where I was like, Blake was on the tip of my tongue. And I was like, Blake, like he said some really great things. He was really heartfelt, genuine guy. And then Adam came with what he had to say, and I think he won the deliberation time that they had up there. And like Adam like had my family come up on stage, and my girlfriend came up, and my parents, and a couple bandmates of mine, and we all like Adam, my family, and we all shared this moment up on stage. And I think that was like kind of a deciding factor for me. It was like this moment that we all had. It was really cool. I found that he feeds off of energy. Like he's very, like if you're not bringing like a passion and an energy and like yourself, he kind of picks up on that. And one thing he always says was, you know, especially for the battle rounds here, you know, where you're up against someone that's an entirely different, not only person, but artist, and they're themselves and you're themselves. And he kept harping on like don't try to sing like your opponent, and, you know, vice versa for them. So I just really took away that Adam kept saying, you know, be yourself, be true to yourself, sing like yourself, and be energetic and passionate about it. I'm inspired by a guy named Alan Stone. I was kind of in early on that train. I saw him play for like a crowd of like 12 people in Danbury, Connecticut, from the town over from me, some like probably 6 years ago or so. So I've really been digging this guy for a long time. He puts out some great tunes. Gavin DeGraw was a big inspiration of mine, you know, as far as like once I became a vocalist and started singing, you know, I would pull little things from these guys, and then eventually kind of found my own mojo inside of that. Another guy, Andy Grammer, he's fantastic. I think I would like to challenge myself by kind of stepping out of my comfort zone, you know, and maybe putting the guitar down, because most oftentimes when I'm on stage, I have guitar, which kind of becomes a safety net in a way. So, and when you peel that layer back, it's just you and a microphone, and you kind of have to, there's a lot more of your body exposed for one thing, and also just like it's a totally different experience, because, you know, as someone who is a guitar player, that also kind of ties you into the band a little bit. So I think I would like to explore kind of peeling the guitar away and seeing how I can use more opportunity to work the stage and interact with your environment and your atmosphere. So I'm very excited. You know, I'm trying to take it kind of one step at a time, but you got to have that. You have a little bit of that tunnel vision of being like, oh, what would it be like to win? And I can't even really fathom that right now, you know. So I'm taking it day by day and really just trying to plan and be the best in each moment.
My name is Gary Aparicio Edwards II, and I am from Dallas, Texas. I wanted to audition for The Voice because I've always felt like I have an opportunity to spread a positive message, and The Voice offers a platform to do that, and then an opportunity to go further in that. My singing journey started off in the church, singing with my grandmother, who's everything to me. My family is a singing family, but she really saw the gift and started it, and then that led to me thinking, man, I wonder what I can do outside of these four walls. And so I remember the first record I heard on my own was a Stevie Wonder record, and that like changed life. And I was like, wow, I didn't know you could feel such a way and express it, you know, outside of the spiritual realm, and that was amazing. And then I just kept going, listening to some of my favorites, you know, the Stevies, I love Phil Collins. Phil Collins is amazing. But yeah, Tony Bennett, Nat King Cole, I just expanded that. And then once I left Michigan, I went to Texas and just expanded on that. I joined like an agency band, like a top 40 band, and that was fun because now I get to be people that I always listen to. I get to play a Bruno Mars, I get to play a Chris Brown, I get to do a Stevie song, I get to do a little James Brown shuffle. So it was fun, you know, and getting here on The Voice is such a testament to hard work and just not giving up on it, even when others say, oh, you should do something else, or you should do this. My plan B is my plan A. and I love that. So Blind Auditions, blur, complete blur. First of all, seeing both Adam and Blake turning was like, I remember when Adam turned, my body said, let's pass out. My mind said, dude, we have like 60 seconds left, keep singing. And then when Blake turned, my mind said, maybe we can pass out for like 30 seconds. But it was an amazing feeling. The feedback that all the judges gave me was so positive, so overwhelmingly gracious, and I was in awe of it. And then when they allowed me to bring my grandmother out, it was like, yes, I've always said if I ever got to a point in my life where I could publicly thank her for giving me something that has helped me out in numerous ways, I would. And I didn't know that they were going to allow me to do that. I just mentioned her, and they did. And I know that this is a moment. I was able to give her flowers before the end. You get what I'm saying? Like it was just great. I know she'll never forget it, and I won't. And it's just, you start together on a church stage, and now we're in front of millions. And it's like, thank you for all that you've done. Adam, to me, is the epitome of getting it done, and getting it done in a way that is also very business, but also very fun. One of his main advices to me was to relax and feel comforted and just enjoy the moment. Sometimes you get so excited reaching to a certain point or climax of the song that you forget that this is a moment. There's everything about this song, every section is a point of reference in some way, shape, or form. So enjoy that, relish in it, and make it believable. Believe it inside of you first. So working with him is amazing. He's everything that you think he would be. He's a super professional and a superstar, so it's amazing. Off the top, Kirk Franklin. When I was a kid, there was a show called All That, and they used to have musical guests. My household is a Christian household, so not all the time was I allowed to listen to what church folk would call secular music, but they invited him on one night. And but to this point, I'd never seen somebody like Kirk Franklin, which is a gospel star, on such a widely syndicated show. I mean, you got your Brandys, you had your Destiny's Child, all these big people that you see, but never gospel artists. And that was huge for me because as a person who enjoyed gospel music and wanted to be like him, it was like, wow, you're on that show. And I remember when he came on, he was like, performing tonight is hit single Kirk Franklin. Like, I lost my mind. And I remember my mother coming in the room like, what's wrong? I was like, Mom, I want to do that. I want to be him. And that was like the first time in my life where it made sense. It was like, no, that's what I want to do. So I'll always keep him as my favorite, just because of his musical genius and the inspiration that he's given me.
I am Genesis, and I'm from Miami, Florida. Well, I wanted to audition because The Voice is a great platform to showcase your story and showcase who you are as an artist, and I thought, why not? I've always been a huge fan of the show because I love the concept of, superstars, not looking at you or what you look like and just hearing your voice. And if they want you for your voice, they just press the button and you're in. And I think that's fantastic. So I've always been a huge fan of the show. Well, I started singing when I was about 13, 12. When my mom found me singing in the shower. And my mom's a singer, my dad's a musician, he plays the saxophone. Both my parents are musicians, so when they heard me sing, I was like 13 in the shower, and I think I was singing At Last by Edit James. They're like, oh my God, our daughter can sing. And so after that, they were like, you should join the chorus, and you should start singing here and there. So I just joined the chorus, and I started singing from there. Blinds came, and I was so excited to sing my song in front of the judges, but when Adam pressed his button, literally, I think it was like 3 seconds till the song ended. It was Adam and then Blake, but I don't know what was going through my head. I just started crying. It was too many emotions for me to, handle at once. So I was just crying. And my mom was like, I could see her from my peripheral, so I knew that they were very proud of me. And it was just a huge moment. And I can't even explain how I felt because I was just way too happy. I chose Adam because he got really technical with what he wanted, what he loved about my voice, and I thought that was so special. And I mean, he was the first person to press this button, so. And I've grown up listening to him, and my brother's a huge fan, and we always listen to Adam Levine and Maroon 5, so, I mean, seeing that he pressed this button, I had to go with him. I've learned from Adam that he's very chill, and he's very, he wants it to be natural. He wants you to just go on stage and just focus on the song and really get into your emotions. It's just whatever happens, happens, but he really wants it to be more natural and flowy. I don't know, he's just very helpful with that, And I'm a very nervous person, so I go on stage and I'm like, okay, the lights and my outfit and this and that, and he's just like, forget about all of that. Just do you, focus on the song, and I think that's the best advice. I'm very inspired by Adele, because she sings and she sings from the heart, and I'm very much like that. When I sing, I pour out all the emotions that I have in my body when I sing, so she inspires me so much to just do that. I'm very inspired by Kelly Clarkson, and because she does the same thing, she sings and she cries on stage. She's like, I'm sorry, I'm very emotional, and I love that. Who else inspires me? Beyonce, because she's so fierce. She's she's a performer. And I also love to perform, although I like doing ballads and I like being sad on stage and, pouring out my emotions. I also like entertaining. I like dancing. I like the crowd to be, with me at the moment, and I feel like Beyonce does that too. So those are 3 artists that really inspire me. I want to be more out there. I want to be more edgy. I want to be very relatable, and I think I can do this on The Voice. I can be myself. Winning this whole competition would mean the world to me because I've gone through so much to get to this point, and my parents have gone through so much to get to this point. So winning this would give me, the platform to inspire other people, so that they know that they can do it as well. And being a Latina, it's hard to make it into this industry. The Voice is American, and I'm half Cuban American, so I mean, this would mean the world to me.
My name is Jackie Verna, and I'm from Westchester, Pennsylvania. So my first memory of singing is being like 5 years old, singing like Britney Spears around my house. I was obsessed with like Britney Spears and Christina Aguilera. I remember hearing them. My mom would always be playing them, and country, like the Dixie Chicks would always be playing in my house. So I just have memories of like hearing them all the time and singing. And I kind of grew up just loving music. I was really like a bedroom singer, until I was about like 17. And then started kind of getting into like talent shows at school and everything, and then finally started gigging a little bit in college and was like, I'm gonna try out for The Voice, and lo and behold, now I'm here on Team Adam. For the blind auditions, I was like freaking out, just because obviously you're gonna be in front of like 4 superstars for one, so you're just like, oh my god. And I remember getting out there and, just it gets quiet, the lights go down, and it's like, okay, like the music is starting, it can't stop. So it's like, okay. And I remember seeing Adam turn his chair and just like freaking out on the inside. I'm like, please finish your song, like, please don't stop singing. And it was just like mind blowing. I'm pretty sure I blacked out just after that moment. Like, it's hard to even remember what was going on. I had the most amazing experience. I can't believe that I'm even here right now. I think what's cool about Adam being my coach is that we're a little bit different genre-wise. For one, I'm country. He's obviously not country, but I think it's cool because it makes for a really cool collaboration, and he could have, really cool ideas for me on how to perform my stuff. And he is just a great performer in general, which is something that I want to elevate with myself, is my performance skills. And he's just an awesome person too in general. So I mean, it's Adam Levine, like, come on. Adam has already helped me improve my harmonies. So I came into this not really knowing how to do them, and he gave me a really awkward but cool exercise on how to do them. Basically, you look at your partner's mouth the entire time that they're singing, and it's supposed to like help you harmonize, and we've been doing it, and it's working. So he's definitely taught me so much already that I maybe not would have been able to do without him. So I definitely grew up with the Dixie Chicks playing in my house, but there was an array of music. We had, rock, we had country, we had pop. So I kind of had a whole lot of influence going on, which kind of led to where I am now, because I'm a country singer, but I also love a little bit of soul and a little bit of pop. So we're kind of meshing that all together into, like, if you put that into a pot, that's me. So it's kind of, I love Maren Morris, I love Chris Stapleton, but I love just timeless people like Whitney Houston, and it's just, there's so many people that just put all together, like Britney Spears, I grew up listening to her, Christina, Kelsey Ballerini, I love her. It's just, I have so many influences that I love to just watch how they perform, how they sing, and see how it compares to me, and yeah. I think it's really cool that the voice kind of pushes you to your limits, but lets you even go further and beyond. If I wasn't on The Voice right now, I would be back home attending Penn State for nursing. And my biggest supporters at home are definitely my mom, my dad, my aunt. They are like my crazy fans, and my boyfriend is obviously a nut when it comes to my music. He loves anything I do, and they're always there supporting me. My mom and my aunt have taken me to every audition I've ever done. So they're always there in my corner, and they're always watching. They're always trying to prep me and help me with whatever I need, and they're always cheering me on. So I love, love, love country, and the reason why I love it is just because it's a storytelling kind of music. I mean, every music tells a little bit of a story, but I just think country is what does it the best. You don't have to be, experiencing that to feel what's happening in those songs. I can tell someone else's story through it and still feel what's happening. And I think for me, being a storyteller is like the most important part, and that's why I love country so much, and that's kind of why that's my lane. This is a platform that not many people get a chance to be a part of. So it's just really exciting to even be here in this moment right now. Team Adam is crazy. They're crazy awesome though. Okay, they're so diverse. We have such a diverse genre going on, diverse people. We're all like a certain level of crazy, and we love to have fun together. It's an awesome family dynamic. We eat dinner together, we go and hang out together, and it's just fun to be a part of this with all of your friends and to be able to cheer each other on.
My name is Miya Boostrom, and I am from Boston, Massachusetts. So when I was really little, probably around 2 or 3, my mom would always play this game where I'd be kind of doing my own thing, and then she would turn on the PBS, whatever concert was playing, and I'd stop what I was doing, and I would mosey on over to the TV and just sit there and watch it. And then she would change the channel, and I would go back to doing what I was doing. And then she would kept flipping back and forth. And that's when she knew I really had an ear for music. And then my dad started taking piano lessons when I was 4 or 5, and I became obsessed with the piano. I started trying to learn what he was doing, and then my dad was really cool and started showing me all these really, really great blues artists. and I started like picking up how to play some blues music on piano, and that's really where my like musical career really kind of started. The blind audition was like a whirlwind of emotions. I remember it's kind of like being strapped in a roller coaster, right? So like you're in the backstage area ready to go on, and all of a sudden the doors open and like people are like, go, 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 go. And I'm like, okay, well, there's no turning around now. There's nothing I can do. It's happening. We're getting on the stage. And I'm like, it was like watching myself from like afar, watching everything happen. It was really cool. And oh my God, then Adam turned around and I've loved him for so long. It was the best experience. It was so cool. Adam is the perfect coach for me. I have always loved his music. From the beginning of Songs About Jane, I remember playing all those songs when I was a teenager in my room. I still, to this day, every time I play a gig, open every single set with Sunday Morning. Every single set. And so when he turned around and he gave me the opportunity to work on his team, I mean, oh my God, it was like, I was starstruck. I didn't know what to say. I like couldn't even form a sentence. I was like nervous but so excited at the same time. And I remember getting off the stage, just like breaking down and being like, oh my God, did that actually happen? Is this real life? Somebody pinch me, please. Because he's just been he's one of the greatest songwriters. I mean, he's a really cool guy, super down to earth, and he just creates good music that makes you feel something. And that's what I love about it. Working with Adam right now, I mean, he's really just brought me out of my shell. You know, I came from a place where I didn't have self-confidence, and I didn't have someone to tell me, like, loosen up, have a good time, like, feel good about yourself because you're here and you're great. And he continues to say that to me. Every time I walk into the room, he's always like, I've got my eye on you, you know, like something like that. And he makes me feel special. He makes me feel like he really is like 100% in it for me. And I couldn't ask for a better coach than him. Besides my coach, Adam, I mean, he's one of my biggest influences. I've always grown up on like blues music and like kind of Southern rock. So I love people like Bonnie Raitt. She's always been a big influence of mine. And the Allman Brothers and Elton John, people like that. People that write music that speaks to you are the people that I just love listening to. And they're always the people that have influenced me the most. To win this show it's already changed my life. It has. I left 2017 in the past and the rest of my past in the past and said, this is what I want to do. And I'm running with it. And if I won the show, oh my God, it would just be a testament to say that you can do whatever you want to do in your heart. If music is your passion, run with it. And I've had people tell me I couldn't do it so many times. So many people say, nope, nope. You get the no rejection, the no rejection, the no rejection. But if you keep at it and you keep pushing and you keep believing in yourself, that's where the magic happens. And if I had won the show, that would just be a testament to how hard work can pay off and how believing in yourself can pay off. I have been a fan of the show since season 1. I remember watching it, and I remember to this day, I was like, Mom, if I ever go on The Voice, I'm going to be on Team Adam. And she's like, why is that? And I'm like, he's just the cutest. And like, I remember always going like, I would be on Team Adam. I feel like we would fit together well. Like, that's kind of like how I would always watch the show. Is I always watched for Adam. And now to be on his team, I really feel like I'm dreaming, and I'm going to wake up and I'm going to be like, man, that would have been really cool if that happened. But every day I wake up and I'm still on Team Adam, so I love it. My original music, I would say, is very bluesy. I love that whole Southern rock thing, and I'm more of a storyteller. That's where I've always been with my own original music, is I want someone to listen to my song and be able to relate to it and feel something and say, wow, that did something to me. So that's really what I've always wanted to do, is be a storyteller.
My name is Racin Lamar, and I'm from Fort Washington, Maryland. I'm originally born in Chapel Hill, North Carolina. So I first got involved in music back at home in the gospel choir. And then my mom always noticed that I love to sing and like bang on things. So she met her husband and we moved to Washington, D.C. And I got enrolled into Duke Ellington School of the Performing Arts. And I was doing music there, studying classical music, which was totally new for me, but it was exciting at the same time because coming from North Carolina to DC and studying music, it was unheard of to study classical music. So I just thought gospel and R&B. That's all I thought my options were until I moved to DC and attended Duke Ellington. And then right after that, I went to University of the Arts to study jazz music. And then I got into musical theater, and then I got into an agency band called Sound Connection. And we just basically traveled the world and performed and sang and just did everything. And that's pretty much my musical journey of how I got started and how I got to this point. Some of my biggest inspirations in the music industry has been Stevie Wonder, Ledisi, Ella Fitzgerald, Journey, the group Journey. Those have been the main ones. I would describe the music that I enjoy singing the best as, I love to sing all types of music, number one. I don't really specifically have one genre or one type of music that I love to sing or that I enjoy the most. I enjoy them all. Like I said, when I moved to DC, I got open to all that, like all different types, all genres, and I just fell in love with everything. And I just think music is just the world. The blinds for me were extremely nerve-wracking because, believe it or not, it was a lot of pressure on me just to get it right. And I kept telling myself, I have to get at least one chair turned. I have to get at least one chair turned. And the song that I'm doing, you know, it's a powerful song and it's a very high song, so I can't mess it up. I can't crack. So I was kind of shaking, but when I walked on stage, all that kind of went out the window when I started singing. And when I saw that first chair turned, I was like, wow. So then all of that just kind of went out the window, and I was just having fun after that. Adam was the best fit for me because he stood out and he critiqued my performance. And that's what I want. That's what I like. I want to be the best. If not the best, I want to work to be the best. And he said some things to me about, you know, helping me get to that point. He pointed out that I was a little pitchy in my performance, and I appreciated that. I love criticism. I love great criticism because it's going to help me grow, and it's going to help me become the person that I know that I can be. So that's what made me pick him versus the other people, because that right there, saying that you're going to help me get to where I need to be, and you know that I can work on something, instead of just saying, oh, you have a great voice, you have a da-da-da-da. So that's what stood out to me, and I said, I have to pick Adam. Since I've been working with Adam, the takeaway that I get from Adam is just stay true to yourself. Keep doing what you're doing and just keep perfecting it, and keep going over and over and until you get it right. And he just tells us that, and it's just keep doing you. And keep, you know, don't go in nobody else's lane. Just do you. Be perfect at what you are perfect with. Winning The Voice would just be amazing, and it would give me that thing that I need to reach the world and to reach people, to let them, people who are like me, who are cancer survivors, who are African American, who are, you know, who sometimes don't make it in the music industry or whatever the case is. I just want everybody to know I made it, and I'm here. And I won. I'm just gonna claim that. I won, and it was just mean everything to me. You know, it's not about the money, it's not about the fame, it's just about getting my message out there and my music out there and my love for everybody. Being a part of Team Adam has been an amazing experience. Everybody on my team is friendly, everybody is nice, everybody is extremely talented. We are a unique group of people, I believe. You know, we have people in a group that have distinctive voices, that have just some voices that you have probably never heard, or you probably have heard, but it's kind of different, and they stand out. So my team is great. I love everybody on there. They all step up to the plate. We all go for it, and like I said, we all love each other. And we all laugh and smile and have a good time all the time. So I think we have a great, loving team.
My name is Reid Umstattd. I'm from Austin, Texas, yeah. I first started playing music for people my senior year in college. I mean, senior in high school with a good friend of mine. But I was a music lover from as early as I can remember. Stevie Wonder and the Beatles were kind of the first. Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons were another. But that was primarily exposure through my dad. He was a big music lover from that era. So, 60s era Motown and that kind of British invasion were my two major first exposures. The music I sing, I think, has a little bit of Motown kind of influence, some definite R&B and soul influence, coupled with some rock and some country too. There's a little bit of a twang, but it's definitely coming from a place of soul as well. The blinds were great, man. It was nerve-wracking, but I think by the time I got there, I felt like I was prepared enough that I wasn't super nervous. I was really ready to go do it. And singing the song was like a blur. I don't really remember a whole bunch of it. And then hearing what Adam and Alicia both had to say was like a total out-of-body experience. I could not convince myself that I was there. That was one of the strangest, coolest experiences of my life. It was amazing. They both had great things to say. I think Adam kind of spun his experience within a group. Maroon 5 obviously was slightly more successful than the band that I was in, but I think we both have like a kind of a shared camaraderie that you can only really have when you've experienced that kind of lifestyle for a long time. I think he and I also share more of the same interests in musically. Like I think we would probably, our listening history would overlap more than Alicia's and mine. And he spoke about that more, and that's really the only reason I say that. I don't know what Alicia Keys listens to. But those are the two main things, kind of what I felt like we shared musically, and then also kind of the common history that we have just as touring musicians. The main thing that I've learned from Adam so far is just that this whole thing is a confidence game. It's all about believing in whatever it is that you're singing and whatever it is that you're doing. So shaking off whatever self-doubt you have is like, that's the key to kind of turning the corner and really becoming a great performer. So that's my biggest struggle. I think stepping out of your comfort zone and singing different genres and singing songs that you wouldn't have coupled yourself with that's like essential to growing as a singer, as a performer too. If you just sing the same song every night, you're gonna sing that song really well, but it's all about learning, I think, experience. It would mean a lot. I have not even begun to go that far. My mind is on the battle, but if I were to somehow be lucky enough to get that far and have that much support from everybody, it would be very tough for me to wrap my head around. I think it would be incredible. That's why we're here. That's why we're all here, because we believe in like a little spot in our mind that we can get there.
My name is Stephanie Skipper, and I'm from, sorry, I should have asked this before I grew up in State College, Pennsylvania. I've lived in Nashville, Tennessee for the last 12 years. I have loved to sing since I was a little girl, but I was a terribly shy little girl, and so it's been like this lifelong journey to come out of my shell. And music has just been the thing that continues to invite me out of my shell, and I've given up on it 3 different times. I mean, hard pass, I'm never doing that again, and then it comes back. So this is my 3rd sort of rising from the ashes, going, at 33, you think I'd learn. Like, I love this. I love this. So this seemed like a great and really positive avenue to pursue my dream again. I have the best little mommy in the whole world. I don't really have a relationship with my dad, but I have a fearless warrior mother. And she sent me a card, and I got it last night, and I had a good little boo-hoo. It was so sweet, because if anybody knows the shy little girl, it's my mom. You know, she reminded me that I used to hide under the counter when company would come over until I felt safe enough. Even if I kind of knew them, like friends from church or the neighbor, I was a scared little girl, and maybe some of that I'm sure a psychologist could tell us that maybe it had something to do with, you know, my parents splitting when I was young, and, you know, I don't really have any memory of it. I just know the world was scary to me, and just to show up in the world was scary, let alone get on a stage and be vulnerable and sing, right? So anyway, she sent me this card last night that just reminded me the little girl that used to hide under the counter is still chasing her dreams, and I couldn't be more proud of you. And I felt seen and known, and she understands this journey and what it's been to me. So had a good little healthy boo-hoo. Okay, so I remember standing on the stage and kind of having this like whiteout experience where I'm like, I'm here, oh my gosh, just sing, you love to sing, remember, just sing from your heart. And about halfway through my song, I kind of checked in with myself in the room, and I'm like, nobody's turned, and we're okay. You know, like this is fun, this is a good experience, you got this far. What's the worst that could happen? You go home to a husband who loves you, a dog who loves you, a house that you're renovating. Like, life is still good, right? We're okay. And then it was like, re-enter, just sing. So I don't really remember when it happened, but it was in the later part of my audition. Adam turned, and then Blake turned. And so I had the privilege of the two veterans of the show duking it out, and it was so fun. It was hard. I always, you know, you play along at home and you imagine, you know, I would go, you know, you're yelling at the TV, go with Adam or whatever. It was harder than I thought. They both had very convincing arguments, but Adam, he said something just from listening to me. He said something along the lines of, it went beyond the song I was singing. I was telling a story. He connected with something in my voice. And that had been my whole journey, that in my other pursuits of music, I feel like I walked into a room and I tried to go, who do I need to be to work here? As opposed to entering the room and saying, here's who I am. I wonder if it fits here. And so to show up on stage and say, here's who I am, here's the artist that wants to come out, here's my story, it's the only one I have, and I'm happy to offer it. But I'm not gonna try and be anyone else. I've done a lot of work to discover who Stephanie is, and I like her. So, you know, now it's just letting her be seen and moving past some of the fear of that little girl that still wants to hide under the counter. Adam heard it somewhere in the magic that is music. He heard it and he described it to me, and I felt like there's some work here to be done. Maybe you can help me. I feel like he's reading my diary still because he can see my nerves and he can hear in my voice where they come out, and so he's really encouraging me. For me, it's my lower register. And it just it's a giveaway. I feel extremely exposed and vulnerable, and you can hear the shake in my voice, and I get a little pitchy. And so I'm trying to show up in just some confidence and some freedom where I can just sing and have the control that I know I'm capable of in the shower on stage in front of millions of people. I grew up listening to the Jackson 5 and Whitney Houston and Mariah Carey, and my mom had all these mixtapes that we would listen to on cassette. Her group growing up was the Jackson 5, so I sort of inherited some of that great, beautiful influences. Went through a bit of a punk rock stage in high school, but I love pop music. I love like the divas. I love Kelly Clarkson. She has a lot of soul influence, but she is pop, down the middle. But I like rock too, so there's some like alternative rock stuff that I can blow a speaker on my car listening to. So I'm sort of a melting pot. That's part of why I chose Adam as well. I feel like he does that rock pop thing very well and can maybe help me navigate and narrow it in a little bit. Every step of this journey so far has been an invitation to rise up, and obviously in the performing, I want to, that lower register that I've worked on with Adam, I want to showcase the full range of what my voice can do. But even just in the relationships I'm making, in the way that I am letting America see who Stephanie is, and not shrink or get small or timid, and not put on some facade, you know, like get big and puff up, but just believe that there's a place in the greater story that we're all living for me, and I can participate in it. And so there's this beautiful invitation from every interview to song selection to the vocal coaching and just being teachable. Like, there's so much to learn. And so to me, just showing up, being teachable, making the most of it, you know, I could go home soon, I could stay longer. I want to learn as much as I can while I'm here.
My name is Tish Keys. I am from St. Louis, Missouri. What first drew me to music was being raised in the church. Good gospel music, hand clapping, foot stomping, and just feeling the presence of God, and just, you know, bring everybody singing all on one accord. I think that's what brought me to music, just the church sound. And then from there, I've expanded and started listening to a lot of other things. I had to really think about it because I've been singing for years. I've been in a lot of competitions where I've been rejected and didn't win, and thought that I should have won, and I know I had a good place of winning. And I think that discouraged me so much that I did not ever want to do another competition, especially for singing. But this happened for me in such a time that now that I'm at the age that I am, that I'm ready, I think, I will be able to handle it more. And after the audition, everything just kind of has been falling in place. The trips out here to, you know, do all of the songs and everything like that has just been a blessing. I would describe the music that I perform as being very soulful. It's usually always a message in the music that I sing, because I like to say what comes from the heart reaches the heart, and I think that I'm that type of singer that I try to express myself through song and just make sure that you know and that you're impacted by my musical talents. Artists that inspire me down through the years, Aretha Franklin, Patti LaBelle, Gladys Knight, those are some of the greats. But my current influences are Jill Scott. I love Jill Scott, Fantasia, Layla Hathaway, Kiki Wyatt, Selena Johnson. Some of them are underrated. They're not getting the exposure that they need, and they're so talented, such talented women. And I love how Fantasia, she comes from another similar background as myself with church. So we have that history together as having a strong church background, and even in our music, singing secular music, you're still able to realize that we love God in there somewhere. So I relate more to Fantasia. She's one of my closest influences. I follow her a lot, but Jill Scott is like one of my favorites. That's my girl crush. One of the factors with the voice is the blinds, and I'm telling you that is one of the most nerve-wracking. I guess the fear of no expectation. You don't know what to expect. That comes from the blinds, and I mean, it's just like, I just hope to get a chair to turn. You know, you don't know if you'll get a 4-chair, a 3-chair, or 2. I just want a chair, and I just want it. And the blinds is just a great experience that, you know, they didn't have to look at me. They didn't know what I looked like. They just heard me. And I was glad that I did get Adam and Kelly to move their chairs to turn, because I guess they felt something in my voice that that showed a lot of passion that I really want to be here. I picked Coach Adam because he, in his comments to me, he just told me that he was ready to challenge me. I'm a great singer, but he wanted me to be greater. And Kelly, she was more so of, girl, you can sing, just kind of do whatever you want. And I love that about Kelly because we're similar singers too. She gives it all and leaves it all on the stage. But in this stage in my life, I'm just really trying to make some changes, and maybe things that I've been thinking that were right, maybe they may not be right. So I'm looking for Adam to give me that new insight, the new, whatever it is that he wants to teach me. I'm here to be a sponge and soak it all up. That's basically what I'm here for. And I thank God that Adam, turned around for me and saw something in me, and he has been a very positive influence in this whole process so far. But Adam he has given us nothing but positive reinforcement between my battle partner and I, that we are headed in the right direction, and it's just been a joy. It's been a joy. With being here at The Voice, you have to put things on hold, so my job right now is on hold, and they have been very supportive of me, and they've given me parties, going away parties and stuff, and they're just excited about what the journey is for me. My kids and my husband, to say the least, they have been put on hold, and I miss them so much. I have my husband of 6 years, and we have 6 beautiful children together, and it's just my family, my church family at home. I'm not at church every Sunday, so they're missing me, and I'm missing them and my pastor, and getting all of the encouragement and everything that I get daily and weekly at my home church. So a lot of things have been put on hold, but I think that everybody is just so proud of me. They're proud of the progress that I've made, and they're proud of me for not giving up, because I am 38 years old, and I could have given up and just said, I'll keep singing in St. Louis and just being content with that. But I'm proud to be here, to get this opportunity and to be given a new platform, and who knows where this takes it. I got Adam and Kelly, and then the comments that were made, and it just made me think that Adam is this is new for me, even I've listened to Maroon 5. I haven't listened to a lot of Adam's materials, but I have learned a lot about this man that is gonna possibly just I'm sure he's already been a blessing in my life, and I'm sure he's gonna be able to just pour more into my life that I'll be able to take back home with me. And being here on The Voice is gonna expand my platform just greatly. What I could not do, this show does for singers and musicians like myself. And I'm just looking forward to the challenges. I know there are gonna be times where I have to be gone a long time from home and traveling and being booked and stuff like that, but it all comes with the territory. And my family, they respect me, they love me, and they are so supportive. So I'm just looking forward to every challenge that it is gonna bring with being here at The Voice. I'm enjoying this experience and living in the moment and enjoying the journey. And even if I don't win, this has been nothing but a blessing in my life that I know even after the binds are aired, my life will forever be changed. My teammates on Team Adam, they are amazing. They are amazing. We are a bunch of beautiful, talented, diverse, all types of genres of music, and everyone is just, we're just all on the same page. We just want to get our music out there and be heard, and just dwell in this moment of reaching people that we know that we could not get to on our own. My teammates are wonderful.